Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna talk about 5 situations on Dr. Phil that went out of hand.
Do you want to win the new iPhone 11 Pro? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right back into the video.
Number 5. Bailey's request. Dr. Phil is one who has been known to detest scenes of melodrama in people who pay a visit to the show. Bailey, 21, was identified to need some psychological help and was present on the show. According to Bailey, she's in the middle of a serious relationship with another lady, Jasmine. She once referred to Jasmine as the love of her life, and everything seems to be going on well with her. But when you take into account that Bailey has never met this woman, you may feel that she isn't in the right stage of mind. Also, Jasmine claims to be totally oblivious of the relationship which has ensured between them.
I believed in something crazy, and I'm sorry that I hurt you. It's hard, it's so hard.
Trouble brewed for Bailey right from the first moment she stepped on the show. When she came on, she started to display some diva-like antiques, which had the wrong impression on the psychologist. Apparently, Bailey didn't want her mother on the show and openly protested. When Dr. Phil went ahead to question her about the odd behavior which she was displaying and had displayed in the past, she became defensive and started speaking out to everyone. She even accused the audience of not believing her story.
You say that you truly think it's the love story of the century. Really?
I do, yeah.
Dr. Phil wasn't having any of this on his show and openly confronted her about her stories. When Bailey wouldn't cut out the drama, he told her to exit the stage. Number 4. Abby's PTSD episode. Well, this episode was actually weird for everyone involved, including Dr. Phil. Abby's story was far from what we're used to on the show. According to her, she had been plagued by demonic possessions for almost a decade. She went further to explain that whenever she felt possessed by these demons, it was as if she was being stabbed and beaten from all angles. These demons would beat, stab, and rape her multiple times in one day. It affected her life so much and strained her relationships.
Brutally, not just rape, but also abuses you. And
in 2015, Abby was finally freed of her attachment to these demons. She was able to do these after 3 different exorcisms. Now that these demons had left, she now suffered from PTSD episodes that were similar to what she used to experience. Even while speaking to Dr. Phil, she suffers another episode. Her family quickly did their best to resuscitate her. Well, Dr. Phil has his say about the condition, and it isn't what you expected. He believed that her conditions may be caused by something else, and that identifying it would do her a lot of good.
And I think this is very real to you, what's going on. And I think you guys have done what you've felt.
Number 3. Glenn's panic attack. This episode of Dr. Phil was another example of cheating went wrong. Well, in this scenario, Glenn had been caught doing some unsavory things. He was then called out by these women for these offenses, and the trio found their way to Dr. Phil's show.
Saying that he has a problem with rage and it scares you and he's explosive to the point.
Glenn was married to Penny's friend. After being married for some time, Penny's friend died. At the memorial service of his late wife, Glenn tried to kiss Penny, who refused. Despite her surprise about his gesture, she finally got married to him after 3 months. Surprising, isn't it? Trouble started when Paula, Penny's friend, claimed that Glenn has also tried flirting with her during their marriage.
I want to confront Glenn and expose him and let people know the type of man that he really is.
Okay, thank you for being here.
Paula claims that while her friend was sick in the hospital, Glenn has called her to convince her to take up the role of his wife. He wanted her to be the mother of Penny's 4-year-old daughter, and even declared his intention to marry her. But Glenn denied all of these allegations. When confronted by a group of women which included Paula, Penny, and Miranda, Penny's niece, Glenn, supposedly went into a panic attack. It gets so bad that he even falls to the floor. However, Dr. Phil didn't believe any of it and thinks that it's all an act. Number 2. Shauna forgives her attacker. Gun violence has been a problem in the United States for quite some time now. Usually a lot of these victims end up dead, and those who survive are usually left with glory scars for the rest of their life. This is the case of what happened with Shauna, who was shot in the face when she was 14 years old. Surprisingly, she survived the shot, but it left her with a lot of damage to compensate for. Her face was torn apart by the shells from the gun.
To sound like that, or however you feel, but I do think about you from time to time, but I have asked God for forgiveness.
She took a bold step and decided to confront the woman who shot her. The encounter between both women was quite touching. Jerry, the shooter, was sentenced to 6 years in prison, and while on the show, she looked like a different person entirely.
Well, I don't remember that now. And like I said, I apologize.
Do you apologize that happened to her?
She was even remorseful for her actions and openly apologized. But this wouldn't help to repair the damage which had been done to Shauna. But Shauna is apparently ready to move on from this incident. There were some heartbreaking exchanges between the pair, and all seems to be settled. It was really a proud moment on the show for Dr. Phil. Number 1. Obnoxious mothers get shut up. Dr. Phil is one who's known to regularly keep his cool when dealing with the people on the show, but very few have managed to get under his skin. And this is a good example. This easily makes the top spot, because there's nothing crazier than seeing the respected psychologist lose his cool.
So you know what? I'm really going to put myself on project status.
Dr. Phil invited a mother and her daughter to the show for obvious reasons. However, the mother refused to keep quiet all through their time on the show and was preventing any form of progress from occurring. Her reasons for doing that at the moment were unclear. Perhaps she was just hiding something, or decided to be annoying. It didn't take long before Dr. Phil took a stance and shut the woman down. He wasted no time in showing her who was boss, and did so in the most empathetic fashions that could be seen on live TV. Apparently, if he was going to be able to do his job well, she had to help him by shutting up. The mother took the cue and was quite after. Parity was soon restored and things went on accordingly.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We'll be giving away the brand new iPhone 11 Pro, so be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.
Well guys, that's it for this video. We hope you enjoyed. Who do you think was the craziest out of all these guests? Please let us know in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. As always, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.